Back. Welcome back, Delegation.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back with all of you. I hope that you enjoyed winter hanging out with you guys for a little bit. I enjoyed watching you guys for a little bit. I got to put my feet up, you know, just kind of relax and listen to everything.
Nice.
It's a good time. I like that.
Nice. So we do have our next lobby all set.
I think we're all ready to go. The next map is going to be Youmacon.
Let's take a look at the bracket here real quick. We apologize for being totally blown out here. We're going to try and do something. These lights are like insanely bright.
I'm not sure what happened. At the beginning of the day, they were working fine, and suddenly they aren't working so well. So we will try and get that figured out.
Yeah, we're really. It's just a reflection of our personalities.
Yeah, we're just so entertaining and bright and blindingly beautiful.
But here's our bracket so far. We are now currently in Game 2 of a best of 3 of Triforks versus Spiderslayer.
That's right.
Triforks winning Game 1. Spiderslayer, really kind of hanging on there. I mean, he's done that same play so many times today. Roaches and then just sitting back, minding gas, and mutas.
Right. And one of the things about doing an event like this is that your opponents get to see you play. So it's not like you can really keep your build hidden, and so then you just got to be able to be a little bit flexible, and my hunch is that Triforks was just able to pick up on the style of play that he was doing and capitalize upon that. So we are ready to jump into this game, though. I'm going to go ahead and hit start.
Hit that start button. Saying to allies, I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just letting everybody know we're jumping in. So we are getting going here. Alrighty. Youmacon for game number 2, and we've got a lot of StarCraft action coming up your way.
Things here as we get back into the game to turn the sounds on, and in the upper right-hand corner of Youmacon, it is going to be our Zerg player. His name is Spiderslayer.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, playing fairly decisively in the last game with his Marine tank medevac deliciousness, it is Triforks.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting couple of transitions he made. There's so many Hellions, and he was a little bit behind on the blue flame there, but just getting in and getting around and seeing what Spiderslayer was doing, and when those mutas came out, I was thinking for a minute there that he might be able to get those around and kill some of those tanks, and then be able to make another swarm of roaches to deal with the Marines, but it was just too much for him to handle.
Well, Triforks was playing very conservatively there. He had the Marines backed by the tanks, and he was moving forward with a select few to get the damage done that needed to be done on the forward front, and allowing himself to be able to retreat back to the tanks when necessary. Very powerful play, very good. It makes it able to defense against Zerg. Defense against that. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. That's what happens when I get cooled off. I just can't finish my thoughts.
Well, that's all right. Energy drinks.
That's right.
Well, we do have a gas going down now before pool, so we've seen this from Spiderslayer as well. It's going to be a pool now, and then he's going to get some quick speed, and luckily just send a bunch of lings over. I mean, he kind of did that last game, and did quite a bit of damage and got those Hellions in a bit of a rough position, but got the Hellions backed up the ramp, so there was a lot of surface area in the lings, and but if he could catch them off guard just a little bit more, I mean, that could turn into quite an advantageous play for him, and he has really favored the large group of speedlings into a large group of roaches into taking bases and mutas. But we've also seen a couple different variants out of them. But we have seen a lot of ZVT today.
We really have. You mentioned earlier there's not been a lot of Protoss.
I think we had one PVZ early, like very first round.
Yeah, not a lot of Protoss, though. It's potential that we'll see some more, maybe rising their way through the losers bracket, so we might see some a little bit later on today.
Pool's done, speed going down as he sees the burbling spawning pool there with the SCV Queen. This is also going to be a one base push here. This is a bit odd for him, as he's usually put down an expansion almost straight away. But as Triforks is well defended here, he's got his ramp here. He's going to get that second Reaper out. He was not able to keep both Reapers last time, and he got that surrounded by some lings, but there are lings on the field, and this is the map where there's this neat little step in the back that allows the Reapers to come in the back of the base. Have you seen this?
Yep. Unfortunately, Spiderslayer is sending his lings across the map, so this Reaper is going to be uncontested for the moment as he's moving around, doing his thing.
Queen does thwart that away, though, as he does have that base. Now he's putting down the expansion. There is an SCV back there, so we could see a bunker go down. There's still lots of time to do that. He's potentially waiting until this base gets a little bit more done, but the SCVs are making pokes, the Zerglings are making pokes at the front. I'm not sure if he saw that command center. He did see the command center, so that's very telling. And if he would have had those links on that ramp, that would have been really cool if he could have jumped up under that reactor to stop it.
Yeah, they didn't get up there. And, well, yeah, I guess they could have, but I think that, you know, Triforks was aware of what was going on.
Trying to get that Reaper really bad there. He just really wants that thing dead. Queen able to get it down, but it is going to come back and heal itself. Oh, but the Lings are right there. Get him!
And they are chasing him down, but you know that jump, you know, is very useful. You can jump up and down those ramps to save himself from situations such as that, and that Reaper's going to take the long way around, get back home, and be solid, meet up with his buddy.
Yep, Overlord is making his way the long way across the map to kind of poke in the back here, but there is a third command center going down as well, so the second one is just going to finish. It's going to hop its way out here, but there are going to be Lings down here that's going to prevent it. They do have speed now as well.
And Spiderslayer continues to try and poke. He's just trying to see what he can get done with these Lings. He's trying to prevent any type of expanding as he's able to, and continue to scout by running up that ramp. And he really hasn't lost a whole lot, so he's doing a pretty good job of dealing not a lot of damage, but not taking a lot of loss himself. And both players just keeping each other in check at the moment.
Spiderslayer making a really good move here, and this is a divergence of what we've seen in the past. And he's got a Roach Horn going down right away. He's not getting that huge number of Lings that he has in the past. He's gotten a small amount just to kind of keep this base of Triforks at bay a bit, but I think we're going to see a larger Roach swell from him this game, which is good because we see you know, a lot of Hellions coming out so far. I think there's 6 on the field right now. 4.
Well, one thing that scan is going to see is that the oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say that speed wasn't cooking, but he already has speed.
Yeah, he got that straight away.
He did get that right away.
There are now 5 Roaches on the way, though.
The Roach Horn was not spotted by that scan, and so that is still a mystery.
I wonder if he accidentally rallied his Roaches onto that Overlord, because if he did, that could be sending them potentially a place he doesn't want, as the Overlord is now making its way over the rocks there.
Oh, yeah, they're just running around.
Well, there they go. Looks like he grabbed control of them now, but Triforks is going to be trying to grab some vision here with these Hellions, see what's going on. Third base going down for Spiderslayer, so I think Spiderslayer is looking a lot better this game than last game.
Yeah, it looks like he, you know, cut a lot of units at the beginning of the game to get some more drones, to get some more base, and just kind of went with the bare bones. Now he's got these Roaches, and that's going to be pretty sufficient against this force. Sure enough, Triforks realizes that he's not going to be able to push into that, and he's going to back on up.
I thought maybe the position of those Roaches may have been a little bit too much to the right there, and he may have just kind of went for it and ran on by and tried to kill as many workers as he could, but deciding to keep those Roaches in his bank. But the stim is about done, and Marauders on the way as well.
And we are going into lair now for Spiderslayer. It looks like he's, you know, if we've seen one thing from Spiderslayer, it's been mutas.
Yeah, this is the point where he would be putting down double gas here anytime on this third base, and basically just mining gas from the third base if he's going to be going muta. That's what we've seen almost every time. You know, and I do like this play out of him, going with the Roaches into mutas. I mean, I can only assume that it's going to be mutas just because that would be weird if he didn't do that.
Right. Overlord is moving through, does see those engineering bays working their magic on those upgrades. Was also able to see that there's 2 barracks coming down behind this.
Thing is, though, that Triforks has seen that there's a layer going down, so he has a good chance to know what to expect. Now, Hydra Den, okay, so this is going to be a big divergence. And, you know, the scan, but it did not catch the Hydra Den. It is outside of that scan range, so great job by Spiderslayer putting that a little bit of ways away. But the Hellions moving in, no Roaches here to defend it. They're going to lose a lot of drones.
Yeah, and if he is able to get all that up the ramp, and he is going to be able to see that Hydralisk Den. It's not going to matter if the scan didn't see it, and sure enough, there it is. So he knows exactly what's going on. He's going to move in, try and get some more drone kills, and there they go, lining them up. The Roaches kind of stopped, and the Hellions are still moving forward. The Reaper's still there, and a lot of drones are going down here. He can't be feeling very good about this right now. Yeah. Does get the surround, and 1 Reaper does remain, trying to get done what it can, and that goes the way
Definitely
it
a rough
goes.
spot. We look at the workers killed. It was 10, which is significant, but not game-ending. It's certainly not as many as he lost last game.
Absolutely.
But Triforks does have +1/+1 coming, as well as combat shields, and he's getting those tanks. Lots of Marines. It looks like he's starting to opt out of the Marauders against those the thingies. the Hydralisks.
Hydralisks?
Yeah, the Hydralisks.
Spiderslayer was able to deny the orbital command for a moment with a Speedling just hanging out there, but 1 of the Hellions did chase it away.
But yeah, and the scan goes down, sees the Hydralisk coming out, so he knows it wasn't just a mind game. There are still some roaches in his main base. Roach speed is completed, and Hydraless speed is on the way. He's going to start to move across the map here with these units and just maybe try and get something done to this third base. He does have an Overlord here that knows it's there. Zergling's going to come in and get a surround on that Hellion. Not paying attention to it. He's going to lose that and these mules.
In the meantime, Triforks does have a loaded up medevac going across the map. He's going to try and drop into that expansion where the lair is at in that natural. But Spiderslayer is taking down these rocks as well, so both players are attempting to do some aggression. Oh, he looks like he was going to see if there was potentially a fifth base. Didn't see it. Did stim his units to get up there.
Wow, this is going to be a big push by both players as these units are coming in right as the big drop is coming in Spiderslayer's place. He does not have much to deal with this back at home.
He really doesn't, and he's rallying across the map too, so there's not really a whole lot that he's going to be able to do just yet. He continues to send his... He does have roaches sitting in his base, but it looks like he's just more focused on microing his attack rather than defending the one that is in his own base.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of keeping those roaches in front, letting the Hydras sit in the back and do the damage, but his unit count is dwindling here as there is a tank set up now and a bunker, and he's going to lose this natural expansion.
And that's the lair too, and that's a big deal. He's got to keep that. The roaches are now... No, he's going to continue to... Now he's going to do it.
No, accidentally clicks those destructible debris at the... Oh, and he does almost just not kill that and decides to drop again to finish it off, but did lose a Marine to the Broodlings there, but still has, it looks like 5 of them in that medevac, and he's going to come back and drop on here, get the roaches behind. Thought maybe he'd get some Hydras up here to kill the medevac as well, but...
Spiderslayer did kind of walk up on some Marines here with the remainder of his forces in the lower portion of the map, and it looks like he's just feeling a little flustered at the moment. I don't think that he's quite, he's not playing comfortably. He's playing on the back foot, and that's really hurting his game at the moment.
The units lost is definitely in favor of Triforks right now, as it's 6,000 to 3,000 basically. Ooh. So, Spiderslayer's been trading quite inefficiently here, but I mean, looking at the food counts, Triforks is ahead by about almost 40. So it really depends on, if Spiderslayer wants to stay in this, he needs to really be efficient now. And he's walking into a spot that has a lot of mules, so that's going to be a lot of mining for Triforks he's not going to have.
So these Marines are coming forward. He's going to have to get those units out of there, but it looks like they're going to be pinned in. The Roaches are taking heavy damage from the Marines. The Marines are going to be able to kill just about all of this. Spiderslayer deciding it's just worth trying to kill as many as he can before he loses that army. But Triforks is feeling pretty good. Infantry weapons level 2 has just finished, and again, we're not seeing any upgrades out of Spiderslayer, and I think that's hurting him more than anything else right now.
Looking at Triforks, he's got 2-1 upgrades, and that's absolutely... Oh, and Spiderslayer kills one of his own Hydralists. Looks like, not sure what that was about. He definitely has plenty of supply, maybe a misclick, but it's like another big drop coming up the backside here towards the main base.
And it looks like Spiderslayer is aware of it. He's moving his units around, trying to preempt this.
Oh, that was a juke there, moving one of the medevacs towards the third base after all the units went back. Wow, all the medevacs went to third base.
And suddenly there's nothing here to defend against this. The only Roach that was there goes down. Spiderslayer forced to pull his drones. Roaches are streaming back in, but Triforks just loading right back up and heading right back into the main.
There's a couple low HP medevacs there, so if there's just a couple Hydras, they could be pretty quickly taken out. A lot of Hydras about to pop in the main base as the rest of the army is coming up as well.
And this is the difficult part about that expansion there is, it's very easy to exploit with drops like this. It takes a long time for these units to walk all the way around, and what he really needs to do is just leave half of them behind. But again, without having that upgrade advantage, it's really difficult, and he's going to take out that Overlord as well, which, it hurts.
And this is a rough spot for these Roaches here, because only the Roaches and one Hydra being able to actually do any damage, and the Marines with the vision of the medevacs able to pick off a few units there. Maybe shouldn't have lost, but there's a lot of things here that are not going in Spiderslayer's favor.
Absolutely not. And you gotta... now the tanks are moving forward, and this base is pretty much done for at this point. He's going to have to move out and potentially just abandon it, because it's going to be really hard to attack into. And sure enough, he's moving his Roaches, his Hydras across the map. There is a single Marine doing a little bit of harassment, but it seems like Spiderslayer's feeling a little bit irritated with how this game is turning out. More Marines are attacking on the left-hand side on the 4th base location. Roaches Hydras moving into the front.
Here comes the SCV pull there to fend that off, and GG.
Yeah,
that's going to be a 2-0 loss for Spiderslayer. That's the first games that he's dropped today. I think he dropped one before, but
so
he definitely said that Terran was not his best matchup, and I think that was displayed there a bit. Triforks, we've heard that Triforks is a top master player. But so is Spiderslayer. I mean, it's
right.
a very good matchup. So just outplayed in this match, it looks like.
So it's possible that we'll see Spiderslayer a little bit later. We definitely will, because we'll be casting the games that he'll be in the losers bracket. So it's possible that he can still come back and take it through the losers bracket, end up in the finals, but potentially not. He does have to continue to tear through these Terrans, and that is his weak point, as he stated. Hey, look, we're not blown out anymore. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it fixed itself. That's cool, right?
Hooray.
So I'm going to go ahead and, it's like, somebody fixed it. All right. Thanks, Troy. You are the man. So real quick, we'll pull up our bracket here. Triforks defeating Spiderslayer 2-0. Next match will be Winter versus HBOL. Should be a good match. Yet another
ZVT.
Yes, sir. We're getting lessons on ZVT today.
That's right.
And that will be our next match. But we are going to get an interview with Triforks. We have not talked to him yet today, so we'll have that here in a couple of minutes. Hang with us as we get that set up, and we'll be right back.